It's 2:30 a.m. You are studying for your Japanese 101 midterm, but there are so many words you don't have in English. There's not just one word for brother or sister. Instead, there are four words: older brother, older sister, younger sister. That was a mouthful. Why are languages so different, you ask yourself? And why are there so many languages in the world? Well, there are this many languages because languages are constantly changing, evolving into more and more new languages with different properties. Let's look at some changes in the sounds of language. The sounds of language change over time. A study done on the speech of former Queen of England, Elizabeth II, has shown that even the speech sounds of the Queen changed over her lifespan.
And so I wish you all a very happy Christmas.
Wherever and however you are watching, I wish you a peaceful and very happy Christmas.
How we pronounce words may change so much that we eventually can barely recognize them. 2,000 years ago, there was a group of people who called this thing ibas. But as this group of people diverged, so did the word. The people who moved to England and became speakers of English ended up saying ivy. But the people who lived in today's Germany and became speakers of German say efeu. And it's not just the sounds of words that change. Their meanings change too. All the time, old words acquire new meanings. A computer was once an occupation, someone who computes. Terrific and terrible both used to mean something bad, similar to horrific and horrible, until terrific flipped its meaning. And then, new words are being created all the time.
Lit,
Simp,
Lamau,
Crypto,
influencer,
high key,
Bot,
sus,
Stan,
deep fake, woke.
But how does language change happen? Like in a game of telephone, changes or mutations can occur randomly as people use language. Sometimes these changes end up catching on amongst the community of speakers. But when communities are isolated from each other due to geography, culture, or politics, they will see their language evolve independently and differently as changes spread within a community, but not across communities. Take Latin, for example. 1,500 years ago, Latin was a common spoken language in the areas of the former Roman Empire. It was so widespread that people at one end of the territory would have little to no contact with people at the other end. Over time, a dialect continuum developed. Different variants of Latin that sounded more different the further apart they are on the map. As time went by, those variants of Latin changed enough that people started to consider them separate languages. The languages we now know as Romanian, Catalan, Italian, French, Spanish, Romansh, Portuguese, and others. But there are different principles that shape how likely different changes are. One such principle is efficiency. Efficiency here means balancing two things, being simple and being informative. You can see evidence for efficiency in how different languages refer to family members. This is me. These are my parents, sister, another sister, brother, another brother, and grandparents. But some languages are more informative than English in their kinship terms. So when you're breaking your head studying for the midterm in Japanese, you learn that there is no single word for brother, but rather there is ani, older brother, and ototo, younger brother. Same goes for sisters. Ane is a word for older sister. Imoto is a word for younger sister. And there's simply no word for just sister. But these extra words are not just a waste of time. While there are more words to learn, each of these words gives you more information than just brother or sister. It also tells you how they relate to you in age. So in this sense, Japanese kinship words are more informative than English. Informativity differs across languages, but all languages try to be efficient. Efficiency means that languages do a delicate balancing act. An aspect of a language may become less simple, but then it will also probably become more informative. Or an aspect of a language may become less informative, but then it would become simpler. Besides kinship systems, efficiency can be found in many other domains of language. Color words, spatial demonstratives, pronouns, numbers, and many more. So, back to your Japanese midterm. Languages aren't just crazy and all over the place. Some principles are guiding their development and structure. We saw that languages tend to be efficient, balancing being simple and being informative. While you might need to learn more words, you will save time when speaking, and you won't have to specify whether your ototo is younger or older than you. Good luck on your midterm.